All right, guys, what's going on? Today, we're gonna be talking about the pros and cons of driving for Uber Eats. About to go online right now and make some deliveries, but real quick, let's just touch on a few things. Number one, good pro of driving for Uber Eats, you can control your hours. You can pretty much drive whenever you want. There's no minimum hours, there's no maximum hours. You also don't have to drive a certain amount of hours to stay a driver in good standing or still have a job with Uber Eats. You cannot do it for 2 months, 3 months, doesn't matter. As long as you have all your documents up to date, nothing's expired, you can be online whenever you want. You don't have a supervisor at all. I don't have to talk to a boss or anybody like that ever. The only people I talk to are people in the restaurants that I'm picking food up from and the customer when I'm delivering food to them. Another pro I would say is the instant pay feature. Essentially, you can link up to your bank account. When you're done driving for the day, you can cash out that money instantly to your bank account. And when I say instantly, I don't mean it takes a day to process. They deposit half of it and the other half goes in the next day. I mean, it goes into your bank account and is available to spend instantly. There could be some variations based on what bank you use, but I think most all major banks, you're gonna be good to go. Obviously, some people can use it as a full-time job, and I know some people that do. They drive maybe 40 hours a week, maybe more, a lot of times more. Me personally, I drive maybe a couple of days a week, probably adds out to 15 or 20 hours. I have other sources of income and other things that I do, so this is kind of just supplements the income. A good pro if you're actually just using Uber Eats to supplement your income and you're only gonna drive every now and then, you have a really good opportunity to make more money than average because of earning promotions that happen frequently. So essentially, I could go out on any day of the week and I'm just gonna make the standard rate for each delivery based on the mileage, right? Now, sometimes there are bonus promotions. That could be anything from boosted areas, and I'll show you a little bit of what's on the screen when you see that. A boosted area would be if you have a delivery that's in that area, it could be 1.5 times the rate, it could be 2 times the rate. It all just depends, and it'll show you in app every time there's actually a boosted promotion in your area, and so you're gonna make more money on that. Also, sometimes there are guaranteed hourly wages. Sometimes there's from a certain times, usually in the evenings, maybe it's 5 to 9 p.m., there will be a guaranteed hourly rate. And the only qualifications you have to meet for that would be, a lot of times it's, you have to accept 80% of the trips that you get a request for, right? You would have to accept 8 out of 10 in theory. Sometimes that's the case. Also, sometimes it's, you have to do at least 1.5 deliveries an hour. Another thing I've seen them do in the past is delivering a certain amount of trips in a set amount of time gets you just a single time cash bonus. If you do 7 trips in this 2 or 3 hour, sometimes 4 hour period, we'll give you a $30 bonus or a $45, $50 bonus. Sometimes that is the case, and that can be really cool as well. So if you're just doing it to supplement your income, when you see those promotions come up, that's the time that you should drive. And also, I get to see kind of the trends of the people in my area and where they're ordering food from. I've actually found some really good restaurants in the city based entirely on everybody's ordering this food on Uber Eats nonstop. That's been really cool to find new places to eat. On top of that, I'm based in the outskirts of Atlanta in the metro area. I'm a little north of the city, but I drive all over Atlanta. Sometimes I drive in Atlanta, sometimes closer to where I'm at in Marietta and Kennesaw, sometimes in the Buckhead area. I've been all over. What's great about that is some of the areas surrounding downtown, I'm not as familiar with, and also some of the other suburbs that surround the city. So I've been able to learn a lot about how to navigate the city, and it's just helped so much. There's been times already, maybe a year ago would have been completely lost, but now know exactly where I'm at. If you don't even drive for Uber Eats, you can give somebody a sign-up code for Uber Eats if you just have the app, and then maybe they'll get $5 off their order, maybe you get $5 off yours. I actually do that as well, a fair amount, to encourage more people to use the app. And hey, If more people are using the app, I get more business, so that's all good. Once you start driving for Uber Eats, you have your own referral code to sign other drivers up. Now, if you give somebody this code and they sign up, a lot of times you can get anywhere from a $50 bonus up to a $500 bonus. It depends entirely on their location and what the need in that market is. A lot of times it is dependent on, you'll get a $100 bonus if this person you got to sign up completes their first 50 trips or their first 25 trips. So sometimes there's some specifications to what actually has to happen before you get the bonus. I've done that personally. I'm giving you my code. I'm going to put it on the screen right now. And if you sign up to drive Uber Eats with that, I'll make a bonus and you will make a bonus too. So check it out. And that's of course on top of your existing fee you're making while doing deliveries. Nothing to see here, man. I'm just sitting in a parking lot recording a video for YouTube. So some of the cons of driving Uber. One thing that I don't like in particular is the fee that Uber takes off of your delivery earnings is a little steep. I think it's at 35% right now. There's talks of that getting lowered down, but you know, who knows with that kind of stuff. So that can be kind of frustrating. Another thing I don't necessarily like is waiting. A lot of times this is just hurry up and wait. I understand that's how it works and it's gonna happen, but it sucks when you get to a restaurant and you have to wait to actually get the food because the food's not ready. You know, traffic factors into that as well, but I will say that in the app when you're ordering food, there's a pretty good estimate on time based on traffic. Your earnings are all based on that trip that you do. It's not based on the amount of time you spend, although that's another thing that allegedly is being improved. They're rolling out a new thing where you actually get paid for some of the time if you're waiting for more than X amount of minutes. I think that might apply more to just actual Uber drivers that are picking up passengers, but it may also apply to Uber Eats drivers in the near future. You don't really get any tips. On average, that's just kind of how it goes. The app tells you you don't have to tip, the service fee is included, and that's fine. I get paid either way based on the mileage from point A to point B, so that's great. But the problem with that is sometimes if it takes a long time because you're in traffic and the trip's only a mile or 2 miles away, and let's say you made between $3 and $6 on the actual delivery and it took you 20 minutes to get there, that doesn't really add up too well. Not getting enough information from the customer. So a lot of times you'll actually get to somebody's house, maybe it's an apartment complex with a gate and they don't give you the gate code in your notes. They didn't give you the apartment number. Sometimes at office parks, they don't give you the suite number. They don't tell you anything. That happens very frequently. There's nothing you can really do about that. I mean, it's all up to people understanding, oh, you know, I should give them as much information as possible. And you will have to deal with it very frequently if you end up driving for Uber Eats. Another thing that kind of sucks is sometimes parking can be a bit of a nightmare. So that kind of wraps that up. Let's finish our deliveries for the night. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. If you liked the video, drop a like, hit subscribe if you're new around here. And until next time, peace.